Hi everybody, welcome back to Shell Star Stitches. Hope you are doing okay. I've had a good, I think, couple of weeks again it's been for me, sorry. I've done a tester video and that doesn't sound too distracting. I'm pointing off camera like you can see. I've got a fan on me. Hopefully it's just like a low hum and it's not annoying for you all, so apologies if this video drives you up the wall with the noise. It's too hot. So yeah, didn't do one last weekend, and then this weekend just gone, it was my mum's 70th, so yeah, been a bit busy with that, which was Sunday. So I'm doing this video today, Tuesday, and I'm going to stop saying the word so. Right, I've got a couple of bits to show you of what I've been doing, a couple of deliveries. One of the things I'm going to show you is not my normal. So we'll save that at the end. So, I just said so, conscious of it now. I have been doing my passion flower, but I stopped for a bit because I got to the difficult part, the arms and the face. Plus I started this project before Q and I need to then finish it. So I have been working on making some crabs for my friend. So those are now done. So here are the crabs that I've made. So there's number one. I did slightly run out of this colourway, so it's this colourway, but I had a grey and a pink, so I think it kind of closely matches. I'm just a bit worried that this arm is hanging off. Yeah, look, I need to tie that properly in with the needle, because otherwise the arm's just going to come off. I'll sort that in a second. So that is number one. They are both the same colour, but I tried to make my tension tighter on that second one because I was running out of yarn. And this was actually number one, and this was number two. So they are slightly different in size, as you can see. I should have really done a tighter tension with this. But as you can see, this is what happens with your tension if you do one really tight and one not so tight. I mean, look at the size difference. Quite a difference there. I will sew that in, make sure I sew that in, because I'm taking them for my friend tomorrow. So I need to actually make sure this isn't going to come off and tie a knot probably. Probably the same with the other arm actually, because they're both coming out. Do that. Don't know why they're not staying in. Normally I have no problem when I actually do this sort of thing, but obviously they're not quite staying attached. So passion flower progress. I think I'd shown you some of this already. So I've got head and body and I've got legs. And I do also have, I don't think I've got any further, to be honest, than what I showed you. If this is a repeat of me showing you the same thing, sorry. I've got the 10 petals and I've got the face bit that I did at the workshop. So I need to do the detailing on the face, and apparently everyone's saying that the arms are a bit faffy. I think there's a video up now, so I've waited at least long enough for the video to go up, so I will have a look. But yeah, I need to go back and finish this before I start the Toft Summer project, and then my Imaginists entry, which I haven't thought of anything yet. So that was crochet related items. What was I going to tell you? Toft have got their birthday offer on of 19% off. It's not off anything that's already a bundle, and it's not off Advent, but you can go on their website until Monday the 18th of August and go and get yourself 19% off if there was anything particular you had your eye on. So like the Shakespeare doll, any of the other sets, the Mr. Claus, Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus dolls, veg bundles, books, all of that. So go and have a look. There's no free patch for the birthday because it's their 20th year next year, so I think everything's gearing towards that. But 19% off, so that's a good discount. That's more than you get in extravaganza later, sort of by Black Friday. That's normally 10%. So I would say get anything you want now. Yeah. So that's it on the Toft side. Not much else to say really at the moment there. I have had 2 deliveries. 2 bags. You know. One is actually, actually something else as well. I don't know where it's gone. Oh, it's in here. One moment caller. Well, I probably trashed the joint. Yeah, 2 deliveries. One is from a craft company, but not for craft purposes. So you know I love Joji Co. Now I know how to say it. I went for one of the big silvery bags. This is for me to use as a non-crafty bag because it's so nice. As you can see, it's very, very soft. The leather is very soft, so it's not a structured leather bag. But if we look inside, it's then, if we can get the light properly, it's got like a lilac, very light purple interior. We do have a pocket in here. It's not a zipped pocket, it's just a loose pocket. Right, if I can show you this. This is, no, duck. See, that's how non-structured it is. I can't really hold it up. So it's a decent size. But if I want to go, I don't know, out for the day, put my shopping in, as you can see. So I bought that from Joji Co. I loved the colour and I loved that it was purple inside. Against Michelle's head, probably double the height of my head. Taller than my head. So I did put up on my Instagram, if you follow me on there. I'll try and pop a picture in here. I think I've done 9 or 10 orders from Joji Co now. So I will try and post a picture in here of all of the orders that I have made, because I've got a picture of each order, each type of bag. Yes, it's interesting. So that's that. With that, I did actually order something craft related. It's very little. It's not a project bag. It is in a bag. I ordered a metallic pink darning needle case. So as you can see, it's stamped with Joji Co on the front there. And it's just literally a popper opening with some little spaces for darning needles. So they are closed off at this end and open at this end for you to pop all your needles in. Excuse me. Oh, there's the heat as well. So I did order and purchase that in metallic pink. I didn't go for purple. I do like purple, but I preferred the metallic pink for this. So that was delivery 1. Delivery 2 only arrived yesterday from America. I blame Kylie entirely for this because she's going for one of these in a different colourway. It is a Della Q order. This was from Fab Yarns. So I don't order directly from Della Q because it ends up insanely expensive. The shipping from Fab Yarns is really reasonable, but I think when I try and look at Della Q, by the time you've added on the shipping, it's as much as another bag, if not more. So this is normally, I think, like $23 shipping from Fab Yarns, which actually makes the bag reasonable. So I think UK price, this came out at £96 or £97. And then the UK price on Della Q was 105 or 106 before you added on shipping. This was all in with shipping, currency converted. It is one of their new colourful mesh bags. So I went for black. Kylie, I think, has gone for turquoise because she liked the look of that one, but it was too expensive originally. But then I went and found it on Fab Yarns for her. So I enabled her, who then enabled me. So it's got a zip pocket on the front here, big large zip pocket. Then inside, oh, you've got like shopper style handles. We also have D-rings on the side for a long handle, which is inside. But we also got this one, which I will show you. Oh, I've got an end there. I always find ends in these bags. Here's my long strap. So it's just like a clip-on clip, if you can see that there. It clips onto the D-ring in black. We get cubbies with this one. So this is why this is more expensive than just a normal mesh bag, because you get the little cubbies in coordinating colours. So you would have seen my purple ones of these. You just pop them out and then pop the floor piece in, if that's what you want to call it, the base. I haven't popped it all the way in so I can get it back out. The little cubbies. So I've got 2 of those in coordinating black. You also get, which is actually in the front pocket, which I didn't show you, a little caring for wax canvas and leather card. You always get a darning needle, which will come in handy with those in a minute. Not that I don't have any. And a little notebook, which is tiny. teeny tiny, and it is dotted paper. So just if you want to maybe do a stitch count or write something down while you're crocheting. So got those. But we also get in this one, and it's attached into a loop here. You can see scissor keeper. You can take this off. It's just like a push in. She says you have to push it in that way. Let me go past it and then push it in to get it off. There we go. So it's just one of those push rings. So this is leather. So this is the leather part. Well, it's part leather on the back. So I'm trying to get the light. Part leather and then waxed canvas on the front. But you do also get the scissors with it. So it's not just a scissor keeper. You get a pair of Della Q scissors as well. It's up the wrong way so that you can see it says Della Q, but yours is possibly in reverse. So yeah, you get a pair of scissors. So that's why this is more expensive than just the traditional mesh bag, because of those additional items. But yeah, there's no pocket in the back. I was just checking. I'm going to reattach this before I lose it. So that's handy for if I go to queue, especially in the summertime. A mesh bag. I took it was a Hobby, HOBBII, pink one in the summer. It's kind of a bit of a Della Q similar version and style. Sorry, I'm just finding ends of neon threads in here. So yeah, that is what we got. So that, the cubbies, and you can't really see the colour because of the sun, but this is really nice and bright. So it's a black bag with the bright rainbow colours. I did originally want the turquoise one, but there was only one left, and I said to Kylie about it because I knew she wanted one, but also I actually quite liked the black with the rainbow. So I went for that in the end. It does have, I should have shown you before I got this in. It does have a flat base piece that is in the bottom, so it does have that as well to make it sturdy on the bottom, which is removable. You wouldn't want to necessarily remove it, but maybe you want to clean the bag or something, or if you need to replace it, at least it's replaceable. So that was my other delivery. Yes, I don't need a bag, I know. So that's it on the crochet side. Now I'm going to open my juice as well. On the other side, I sometimes will show you other crafts and other items, and I made something on Friday that I'm going to share with you if I can get this bottle open, because I need a drink. Sorry, one sec. I've had a reminder come up for my yoga class as well, which I'm not going to because it's a cover teacher tonight. I'm not against all cover teachers. This is just a particular one I don't actually like. I don't like the way the class is, so it's not for me. Yes, so I was waiting for this element to arrive on Friday, which finally did at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I quickly did this before I went out to my Pilates class. So I don't know if any of you are on that side of TikTok, as we call it, the Traveller's Notebook side of TikTok. Traveller's Companion, Traveller's Notebook, the Louise Carmen, that's a brand. Paper Republic is also a brand. So basically, you know how crazes take off, like the Stanley Cup, all been there. This is what's called a Traveller's Notebook. Traveller's is spelt incorrectly in English. It's obviously an American derivative. And these are basically journal covers that you can replace the journals inside. So I decided, in crafty mode that I did, looked at a couple of videos, then got onto the side of making your own version on TikTok. So I decided to make my own. So I ordered a piece of leather, some elastic, some rivets and a rivet tool, and downloaded a template that somebody had online. I think it's called Michaela B. I'll try and link the template because mine didn't print properly, because you need to make sure your print settings print to 100%, and I don't think mine did. Or it's the wrong paper type, because I know US letter size is different to UK A4, so it could be that. But it helped. Anyway, This is my traveller's notebook cover that I made for myself. So this is a navy blue, you can't see it on that side, a navy blue leather. I was a bit limited from the place I bought the leather on what colours, so I went for this navy blue to try out first. I will probably be purchasing some more leather to give it a go. This is the elastic. I went for, I don't know where my elastic has actually gone. I think I shoved it in the drawer as well. Yes, I did. Here we go. Because you can't really see. This is the elastic that I purchased. So it's an ombre neon. So depending on at what point, obviously I've pulled the elastic as to what colour I've got. But if I ever need to replace it, I get all sorts of colours come through. So that's what I purchased for myself. Basically all of the tools and some notebooks, some original notebooks that I purchased, it came to like £48 altogether. The leather was the most expensive bit at £21 delivered, because obviously it's leather. I bought an A3 size piece of leather to make an A5 notebook, and I only ended up with the tiniest sort of little slither to cut off. So I could possibly make like my own darning needle case out of it. I'll show you the side in a moment. So this is tri-fold I've gone for. And if I take the elastic off and open it, this is what it looks like. I have rounded my corners, by the way. This is what it looks like inside. So I've got in here currently 4 notebooks tucked in there. So I've got one plain in the front, which is like my scrapbook, which I've started just printing and put photos and writing in. So I've put even about my mum's 70th. I've got a middle one to journal in. So that's lined, sorry, a middle one, a lined one is what I meant to say. This one my friend bought me that says I love crochet, and what I've started to do in there is print all of my meetings with Kerry. This is my little doll that I turned a picture of me into a crochet doll on ChatGPT. I think I told you. But this is what it looked like. Pretty cool. So all my pictures of when I met Kerry in Toft, so that's just one page. Then we go on to a next spread, which I'm trying to do here, all my pictures. And then I'm now over the page. So that's what's going to be in this crochet one, sort of all that. I have got this little plastic thing that I ordered, is the wrong size. I don't think they do an A5 one, but it's a part zippy wallet, and then you can put like card holders in there. So I might put some of my crochet Instagram cards in there. And then the last one is just a coloured lined one. So let me see if I can show you without ruining it all. If I take this apart, I mean, it's not going to ruin it, just thread them back through. I'm going to take them out. Or take 2 of them at least out. So you get the idea. So let me pull that across. So the elastics are thread through rivets. So I've got 3 sets of elastics there, and all you do is you slide a notebook, and if I find the middle of this one, under the elastic, or under one piece of the elastic. So this one is attached here, if you can see, because it's threaded through the middle of the book. So that's all it is I don't say all it is, I don't mean to detract from these, but obviously the Louise Carmen, to give you an indication, is about £180 to buy one of these. I made mine for 48. I'll show you the back in a minute. Yes, the rivets are slightly wonky. It was my first attempt, but I very much enjoyed the process. I enjoyed making it, and I enjoyed the result of making it. So, I mean, if you enjoy crafts and you want one of these, just honestly, make it yourself. I would. Right, put that one back through, put that through these. The only thing I think I've noticed is, I'm not sure if this is on the leather. Can you see that? It's like whether there's some oil or something in the leather, I don't know. But it's on the back of that green notebook, but I'm not too worried. It's not doing it on the front of the yellow one, I have to say, that I've noticed. I'll have a look in a sec. Let's have a look, shall we? No. Or maybe a little bit. It might just be whatever the leather's been treated with. But yeah, so that is, I'm just getting that elastic in the right place. But that is what we've got in there. So if I show you, sorry, I keep saying so. Rivets, not rivet. So here are my rivets. Are not particularly straight, as you can see. They are a little bit, I'm going to try and wonky at the top there. They're not aligned. I've put my hole in the side here. A lot of them put hole in the back, but I don't like the fact that then the elastic is digging into the back of your notebook. So I put mine in the side, but it's also as per the template I used. And then as you can look at the gap in my, the pink one is too small. These ones aren't too bad. I've managed to get those mostly lined up, but this is a bit too short. But you know what? First attempt and all that. And then if I put the elastic, I've doubled the elastic because it's quite thin. And then I've made, because I did this once before, made my own charms to go on here. So, oh, they stop wobbling around. As you can see, I've got one with a butterfly and then 2 flower ones. So I've sat and made little charms with lobster clasps to attach. You can just attach the chain onto the elastic, but I've done those for now. Possibly might be too many on there, but you can therefore make your own charms as well. You can put one on the front on the elastic, so I might move one of them onto there and have it dangling, but I didn't kind of want it scratching the front. But that is my basically take on a traveller's notebook. Tools. I'll find the link and I'll put it in the description for the template. But these are the templates I had. I have to print them out on 2 sheets of A4 and stick them together, which you are meant to. But what I didn't do was, on here, it says make sure the box measures. It was a bit small. So all I did was add it onto the top and the side. Funnily enough, I think this was, I would have had to cut a slither down this side on the A3, but I decided to just cut all the way across, take the top part off and fold what I had, and that's what I've ended up with. So you can see this is one to fit 4 notebooks. So you do 2 sets of dots. So you've got 2 strings as you feed through. I only did the top ones when I first did my notebook. That's probably half the problem, because I thought I only needed 1 set at the top. I couldn't work out what the bottom set were for. You do need both for threading the elastic through. So you need the 4 at the top and the 4 at the bottom. And then it also gives you placement if you want the middle hole on the back or the middle hole in the spine, effectively. So I went for the spine one. So you print it out and you glue this bit here. So that is a 4-book template, and then this is the one I've used that I've butchered that I probably need to print again. You can see my holes. This is the 6-book, so the 3 sets of holes. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the back, you can see I kind of tore it as well, unintentionally. And I used the top to just do the bottom ones instead of poking the holes. So because the template wasn't quite big enough, I just used one of these corners to score the rounding on my leather, and then just use scissors to cut round. I've got a Fiskars rotary cutter for sewing that I used to actually cut the main piece. So I drew my line, measured, and then used a metal ruler and went along with Fiskars cutting rotary cutter. I've got a chopping board, and one that I bought for like pottery clay making. So I used that, which is a good job I did, because when I did the rivets, I've now got dents and holes in the chopping board, and I'd rather that than my cutting mat, because even though I've got a self-healing cutting mat, I think it would wreck it. And then, sorry, we'll get there. We have rivets. So I got 2mm rivets and 1mm elastic. These are all the rivets, really tiny, as you can see. Let me get one out, if you're going to be able to see it in my hand or on my finger. Might be able to balance it on my finger where it's so warm. There we go. So there's the rivet. So you've got like a stalk and then a flat bit with the round, drop it in my keyboard, with the round hole. So you have to pop it through the hole that you make in the leather, and then basically bash this stalk so it rolls down and rolls over. I had to have about 10 goes at this with the tool that I've got because I didn't get any instructions. And I looked for YouTube videos and I couldn't find anyone with the same tool as me. And the TikTok videos that I'd watched, they go too quick and I couldn't see what they were doing. So, I have a hole in my bag. The rivets, the elastic, the rivet tool and the notebooks I all got from Amazon. Other shops are available if you want to line other millionaires' pockets. So 3-piece tool here. So we've got this round piece. This what I would call like a pencil, a pokey. And then this with like a slot and it's a held in the end. So we basically, I think you can use this, but I just did it straight into my chopping board because it's not my actual chopping board. This tool, and I suss what this hole is for, and you push that into the leather, bash with your hammer, makes the hole, and what it does is it pushes the piece of leather up into this slot, and as you do more it keeps pushing the bits of leather up, and then you can just get them back out. So the little dots, I would say the middle of polos, if you know polos, if you're in the UK, lifesavers in the US, those sweets, it's like the middle of those you'd punch out and would all go in there. So that's for making holes. And this bit I've worked out, can you see you've got like a ridge in there? That's for the rivet ridge to sit in. So you would put your rivet flat bit down, stalk up, leather over the top, and then you push this through, and then you keep bashing this with the hammer, and then this rounded portion here, if it's going to show it, this rounded portion, as it gets down and hits the rivet stalk through this hole, it rolls the rivet. So you go in and then this pushes down and this top bit starts to roll it. That's how I've done mine. Whether that is correct, but my rivets are still in. Sorry, that's my work pen. Let me show you the rivets on the inside because you should be able to see them. None have come out. Can you see my rivets there? They're all nicely rolled over on that side. So that is what I've done, and it's worked, and they're all neat and tidy. Whether it's right, somebody tell me in the comments if you know. That is, yes, what I've done with the rivets. Yeah, because I had some real incidents with the rivets. I used some, I've got some like vinyl, some faux leather that I used to practice on, and I'm glad I did. Hubby was not very impressed with the constant banging with the hammer because I was doing it in here in the craft room, and he was sitting in the living room underneath. So all he was hearing was bang, bang, bang. But it was only for like, I mean, I did 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 rivets, plus maybe about 10 practice. 23, 25 rivets. But yeah, so if you want to make your own Louise Carmen / traveller's notebook / journal cover, it's doable. You would need some leather, some rivets and a rivet tool and a hammer and some elastic, notebooks, the appropriate size. Make sure you measure them in your leather. I think there's like a passport cover style one, and that I would say is A4 piece, but for A5 size notebooks you definitely need an A3 piece of leather. I bought this off of Etsy. I think he had a late delivery, even though he still had the listing up, so he did upgrade my delivery to next day, so it would arrive for Friday, because I basically had a busy weekend and Friday was my only day free, so I waited in all day and it didn't arrive till 3 o'clock. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed the process. If you've got a bit of spare money and you want to do it that way, and you're influenced or de-influenced or whatever it is by TikTok and you fancy one, give that a go. I then did buy a zinc HP Sprocket printer. I used to have a Polaroid one years ago and I don't know what happened to it. I think I must have got rid of it. So that I can print the photos and they've got a sticky back and stick straight in. But you don't have to do that. You can journal in here, you can diary, you can do it as a weekly planner, as a, you know, a to-do list, whatever you want, because obviously you can put as many notebooks as you want. The other thing I did buy separately, I bought 1 pack of notebooks lined, 5-pack for I want to say £8.87 off Amazon. And then I found this. You can get a pack of 12 for £9.99, coloured ones. So I bought a pack of plain and a pack of lime. So I've got plenty of notebooks now to keep me going in pretty colours. But yeah, so do a little bit of research from my mistakes, like 5 notebooks for £8 or 12 for £9. So just be careful when you're looking for notebooks, or if you've got your own. I think, like, does anybody remember the red Sylvine like exercise books we used to have at school? Or you can buy them, I think, in the shop. Those would fit in here. But yeah, that is it. And then make your own charms. It's all very crafty. Right, I think that's it from me, because this is half an hour long already, and I don't want this to take forever to upload because I had problems last time. Hopefully not, because we've changed some settings on my phone. Sorry I haven't been around as much. Sometimes it gets manic, and you know what it's like. My brain can't compute, so I would rather do one of these a bit later and have a bit more to show you. But yeah, everything will be linked for the Traveller's Notebook for you if you fancy giving it a go. Yeah, learn from my mistakes, and yeah, I'm gonna hopefully try and have the passion flower finished for my next video for you. Got to tackle the arms and the face, can't leave it, because I'm a one whip girl, so you know I'm gonna have to get it finished before I move on. But yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching. Do pop in the comments, say hi, let me know what you're working on, let me know if you fancy a Traveller's Notebook, give it a go. If I make any more, I might try and do a video so you guys have got that, because I know I did a hand dyeing video, but obviously this is not crochet, but it can be for crochet. You can have it as your crochet to-do list, your crochet notebook, whatever you fancy. Right, have a good rest of your week. Try and stay cool in this heat wave we are having in the UK, and I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye.